on this episode of Love Lessons.
Girl, he ain't the only person in the world with good dick.
I would appreciate you more when I don't have to depend on you.
Yes.
For stuff that I should be doing myself.
I'm gonna send this to Lucky Day, and maybe he'll DM me back this time. But anyway, I'm not finna do this with you.
We not finna argue about love and basketball.
I manifested this whole podcast studio. I ain't paid for none of this equipment, and I ain't sucked one dick for it. I hope you got some gas in your car. Let's take a trip to Delulu Land. Welcome to Love Lessons, where you'll learn to love, laugh, and heal that bald-headed hate out your heart. If you're ready to learn, say, teach me, Lil D.
Teach me, Lil D.
All right, we're going to flip the hourglass because you don't want to spend too long in a negative space. Today, we are reading from the book of You Are Not the Police. Stop chasing them. You ever wanted somebody so bad that you didn't even realize that in all the stuff you were doing to try to get them, that they didn't want you? Oh, been there. I've got some examples that, well, we're going to get to me. But before we get to me, let me get to some other people. So there was a lady who was in a 20-plus year marriage. She left her husband in October with nothing. I mean, she was like, no, it's time to go. I'm going to start over. She left. She's telling me the story, and I'm like, good for you. You knew what you had to do, and you did it. And that's beautiful, Black woman. I'm proud of you, sis. Like, good job. That was October, right? She then told me that her boyfriend broke up with her on Valentine's Day. Now, October was 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And I glazed over the damn you already got a boyfriend because, hey, that ain't my business. But, okay. He broke up with her on Valentine's Day. And immediately, I'm like, F him. That piece of shit. What kind of nigga? Oh, no, girl. No, we can ride at Don. Like, what's up? Like, all of that. I'm with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then she said, and then he called me 2 days later, and we talked for 2 hours. So I said, so did he just not want to get you no gift or something? And then he was just back talking to you? And then she said, somebody else asked me that. If you break up with me on Valentine's Day, and it's not because you just saw like a video of me cheating on you, blocked. Blocked. BLOCKEDT. I beg your pardon. Then you gonna call me 2 days later? You can't call me because you're blocked. But you call me 2 days later like shit's sweet, and you don't even have the nerve to have a gift? Did somebody die? Did you go to jail? Are your children sick? Because it's only a handful of things. Men don't care about Valentine's Day, but you know your girl do. And you're telling me that on not even on February 13th, you broke up with the girl on Valentine's Day. You've heard the saying that men are logical and women are emotional, right? If that's true, that means that men, generally speaking, do things that make sense to them. So tell me what makes sense in this man's mind that he can break up with you on Valentine's Day and then call you 2 days later and talk to you for 2 hours and y'all right back where y'all were. What that tells me is that man know that you're a dangler. I'm going to dangle this attention. I'm going to dangle this good dick because I bet he piping her down. I'm going to dangle it in front of you just enough to keep you chasing behind it. And every now and then, I'm going to give you a little bit. Here you go. This will keep you entertained? Cool. Now I'm going to go on about my business and mess with somebody I actually want. But I know you'll be here. Because look at how you let me treat you. I thought that maybe I was tripping because she didn't like exactly say we're back together. So I'm like, maybe they talked for 2 hours and then blocked. But we wound up being in a situation where I was behind her and I could see her phone. And what I saw was swipe, swipe, swipe of all the selfies of her and this nigga. And I was like, oh, girl. Oh, baby girl. Oh, sis. I want, girl. Would you get back with somebody who broke up with you on Valentine's Day? You've done it? Would you like to come to the couch? Hey, friend.
Hey.
So, you got broke up with on Valentine's Day and got back with this person?
I don't really give a damn about Valentine's Day, but at that time in my life, I tried to care about it because it was like the cliche thing of I was 19, I was living on my own. You know, I tried to do the whole dinner thing and all of that, and found out he was cheating. It was like this big explosion. It was like really ghetto. It was a BT movie.
Okay, so you're dating a guy. You made a special dinner because, you know, it's Valentine's Day. You can be with your man, and you find out that he was cheating on you.
It wasn't the first episode.
Oh, so he's cheated on you before.
I couldn't prove it, but yes.
Okay, we be knowing, but all right. So this time you have irrefutable evidence. This nigga's cheating on me. I didn't put this dinner together. It's Valentine's Day. I'm trying to do my relationship thing with my man, and you broke up with him, or what happened?
Yeah, let's say that.
So then y'all got back together? This is a safe space.
It was such a toxic back and forth going because I was looking for love in all the wrong places.
So yes, y'all got back together. Okay.
It was like the longest 2 years of my life.
Let me tell you what I don't like about this story. I don't like how you're trying to downplay that you was trying to do something nice for your man on Valentine's Day because you say you don't care about the holiday. I don't care if you don't care about the holiday. You could have been trying to make the nigga dinner because it was Thursday. And he ruined this, you going out of your way and putting in effort to do something nice for a person you're in a relationship with. And he decided that he'd rather put his dick in somebody else.
It's not me downplaying it. It's just being honest about the situation. I knew he was a dog. And when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. And so because I was comfortable with it and because, you know, I thought that that's how it was. Like, you know, we always have the conversation about toxic 90s movies, love and basketball. I know.
I'm not finna do this with you. I'm not finna do this with you.
We're not finna argue about love and basketball. I was just really looking for love, and he was just a dog, and I didn't want to believe it. And, you know, my mama would try to tell me, and I was still at this, like, you don't know, and this is love, and all of that.
You probably sounded just like that, too.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, okay, I understand better now.
And so when I was going through that phase, I was not myself.
Yeah.
Because I was not connected to my core, and that was my parents. So when I look back through it, it was complete delusion.
I'm glad you said that. Living in Delulu Land will definitely have you chasing people like the police. Me knowing you personally, let me just say I'm proud of your growth. I'm proud of the growth of who you are and how you feel about yourself. Because it reflects. And you just in the time I've known you, you've grown so much, and I love that for you.
Because you got to give credit to your young self. I had a friend that called herself stupid for a lot of things she did in her 20s, and I was like, you were in moments that you never knew you would be in.
No, I'm glad you said you went to Delulu Land because that's where we're going next. So thanks for coming to the couch.
Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this.
At Lil D Love Lessons.
Friend brings up a really good point. I hope you got some gas in your car. Let's take a trip to Delulu Land. Okay, we're just visiting. I swear, we are leaving this hoe. We will not get a place to stay. So, one of my homeboys showed me a text message that a girl sent him. And to paraphrase, she basically said, I really miss the way you put that dick in my stomach. He wrote back and said, who is this? Do you know the girl text back? She was like, see, I kind of don't want to tell you because I don't know. I just feel like you should know. And I guess she said some more things that like led him to, oh, I see who this is. So he said her name. This is not her name, but let's say her name is Brenda. He wrote like, what's up, Brenda? And she was like, I like the way you say Brenda. This nigga just didn't know who you was 2 text messages. So anyway, he and Brenda continue to text and she's all, you know, I haven't had any dick since you and where you at, when you free, what's up, when you available. And he's not saying to her, nah, I'm cool, I'm good, I don't want that. But he's also not saying like, shit, what you doing next Thursday? Like just basically keeping her in limbo. But he's a man, of course he gonna do that. Cause one day she might be the only willing vagina left and he might want some vagina. That's what men do. So like having a dad and having brothers and like my best friend is a man, I see it from a man's perspective of, okay, you gonna dangle this little hoe along as long as she want to be dangled. Cool. But as a woman, I read them text messages and I went, girl. Oh, sis. So I did an experiment, and I'm going to put the screenshot up when I edit this. I text somebody I haven't had sex with in over a year, and I missed when you put that dick in my stomach. I'm gonna put what he wrote back on the thing when I edit. What I can tell you is he didn't say, who is this? If you text a nigga and tell him you missed having that dick in your stomach, and this man say, who is this? You don't text anymore. Because even if he got a new phone, got a new number, he didn't care enough to give it to you. You didn't matter enough to him to go, oh shit, Brenda don't have my new number. Let me give it to her. You didn't even mean that much. People be putting on Instagram, got a new phone, DM me your number. You didn't even do that. Baby girl. Not even joking. I told him that I was going to film today and I was going to talk about this, and he showed me more text messages from her. No reply from him. Let's say it's Tuesday. Hey, when you free? Then Thursday. What you doing? Then Saturday. I get it. I guess you don't want to talk to me. Girl, you should have been got it. She's steady asking when they can link, and he dodging her like the Epstein files because he knows if I respond back and go, hey, bro, you got to chill, she's just happy he responded back. So she's going to take, even if the text message say, gone on, bro, she's going to be like, oh, shit, I'm wearing him down. He texted me back. He showed me attention. You are worth so much more than just attention. Imagine my homeboy hit her up one day, his phone dry, his dick dry, and, he's trying to bust a nut. She going to answer immediately. She is on it. She ready. Oh my God, he hit me up. Let me shower, make sure I got my period because I'm about to get some dick. For one, my homeboy definitely walks like he has big dick energy, and good for him. I love that for my friends. But girl, he ain't the only person in the world with good dick. Good, you can throw a rock and it'll land on a nigga with good dick. Drake once said in a rap, pussy's only pussy and I get it when I need it. Dick. You deserve so much more than sofa sex with a nigga who probably won't even let you spend the night. He don't even let you shower after. You don't deserve to give somebody your pussy and then he go, hey, what you finna do? You want attention so bad that you'll just take whatever you can get. You show more discernment with the brand of tampon that you buy. Think I'm lying? Cause me, I'm a Tampax Pearl kind of girl. I like the plastic. What tampons you use?
I like the cotton one.
Tampax Pearl, the Tampax. Exactly. You know exactly what kind of tampon you want to put in your vagina, but you have no discernment about the dick that goes in there. Which leads me to me. Cause ain't no way I'm just gonna sit and talk about people and don't tell you about my own Delulu situation. So while we're in Delulu Land, let me tell you about a guy named. I was 16. It was light skinned with good hair. And, boys like that when I was 16, they didn't like me. They didn't pay attention to me, but he did. Like, he was fine as hell. Did I say his name? Yep. Fuck.
Is that his real name?
I'm going to bleep it. I'm going to have to bleep it out. So me and him used to skip school to have sex at random abandoned buildings. Sometimes like the library downtown. Like, yeah, girl. Yeah, I was outside a little bit. So anyway, but it was only because it was him. It's like he asked me, oh my God, like he's so fine. And, I just couldn't believe like somebody wanted me like that. And so I never forget one time I rode the bus, because no car, rode the bus, met downtown. We always like met downtown at the bus station and went wherever, right? So we meet downtown at the bus station. It's supposed to be me and him and then his cousin and whatever girl was going to be with his cousin. The cousin's girl didn't show up. And so he's like tagging along, and it's super weird because why are you here? We wind up in the library in like the boiler room downstairs. It's dark, and his cousin was still there. And is giving me back shots. And then after a few seconds, I realized that don't feel the same. Mm-hmm. And I reached my hand back and I felt a different face. And I realized there probably was no other girl for your cousin. You brought your cousin along so you could let him me. He anally raped me. And so when I got home, I used the bathroom and it was so much blood in the toilet. And the first thing I did was call. And I remember I was like, there's so much blood. And he was like, huh? Nah, man, you'll be all right. You'll be cool. Nah, you straight, man. Don't worry about it. You okay. You all right. Do you know I kept talking to him? I was so delusional that it didn't hit me that he literally set me up to be assaulted. In my head, I somehow thought that his cousin was just being so thirsty, like, that it was all the cousin's fault. Because no way it was. He's light-skinned with good hair. He fine, and he liked me. He talked to me, and we be skipping school together, and we talk on the phone. So there's no way he did this to me. You know, you get so wrapped up sometimes in what you want to see and what you want your reality to be that you don't just look at what is. And it's the same way I lost my virginity. I lost my virginity to a boy who literally said, I don't know why everybody says you ugly. You're not ugly. And it was the first time anyone had told me that, because I certainly didn't believe I wasn't ugly. And so that boy could have told me to jump. I'd have been like, how high? Because, oh my God, this cute boy thinks that I'm not ugly. Really? Me? I'm down for whatever. And when everyone found out that I lost my virginity to him, I remember the first thing he did was tell everyone that he had to put a paper bag over my head because he couldn't stand to look at me because I was so ugly. That hurt worse than my parents finding out. That hurt worse than the whole school calling me a hoe now in 6th grade. My whole reputation is fucked up. That hurt because I thought you liked me. I did all these things because I thought that it was what I needed to do so you could keep talking to me. It's not like any other cute boys like me. And I continued the same cycle with and his ass cousin. Now imagine if I would have went to the police and told them what happened. The first thing any good lawyer is going to do is be like, well, but Your Honor, she called him the next day, so there's no way that she really thought he was guilty. This is clearly just a fast girl doing fast girl things, and she don't like the way the threesome turned out.
Don't throw that rock at yourself.
No, but if I'm a good lawyer, that's what I'm going to say. Because any good lawyer is going to look at evidence and go, but you called him the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You clearly didn't feel like you were. And I'm going to lose the case on top of the fact that they're going to vilify me in court. So now I'm assaulted all over again. And I think about that type of stuff when people will come out 20 years later and be like, you know, such and such assaulted me. Why they wait so long? Bitch, you don't know why they waited so long. You don't know what's going on in their head. If you've never been there, you can't talk about it. I didn't tell anyone that I was the first time until 10, 15 years after it happened. And I ain't even tell nobody. I put it in a song and my little brother heard the song and he told. I was going to the grave with that shit. You don't know what's going on with people. But anyway, I don't remember why I stopped talking to him, but what I do know is it wasn't because of that incident, which is wild. I remember I had a boyfriend and I was telling him about it, and the first thing he said was, I hope you stopped talking to him after that, damn. And I lied, and I was like, of course I did. But I didn't. And if you're dealing with somebody right now who's hurting you because you feel like you'll never meet anyone else like them, I'm gonna be honest. I hope one day you realize that you don't deserve nobody else like them. You deserve somebody who's the opposite of that person. Like, I want you to realize who the fuck you are and what you deserve. And what that is better. You deserve better. Now, be very clear. It's not your fault and you don't deserve any bad thing that person is doing to you. There's nothing you can do to make someone be a shitty person to you. You don't deserve it. But I really want you to get to a place where that piece of shit you dealing with can get to the nearest toilet and heal on his own without you. All right, let's leave Delulu Land. There's enough time there. I think we use like a half a tank of gas over there. They good. You're really yearning for the love and attention that you haven't yet learned to give yourself. So one of my homeboys got broke up with, right? And when I say broke up with, this man was crying. He was sobbing. He was punching the air. Like, he was not okay. Like, he was damn near about to crash out. Like, a few times I had to be like, bro, stop calling that girl. Stop texting her. Respect her boundaries, dog. Like, bro, I love you and I'm good and you gonna be all right. You're gonna get through this. Like, not okay, okay? Not the fuck okay. Do you know 3 months later, he had a girlfriend? And I was like, I was messing with him, and I was like, nigga, you were just crashing out behind this girl, and now all of a sudden you in love again. And he said to me, I wrote it down, man, when you find somebody who listens and cares about you, shit, I can't let that go. And it made me sad. Because first of all, you should listen and care about yourself. The reason that the last situation ended is because he self-sabotaged it because he said that he didn't believe he was good enough for her. So you telling me in 90 days, the same amount of time they give you at a job to see if they want you or not, you loved yourself enough to realize that you do deserve? You didn't. You latched on to someone who made you feel worthy. So if it don't work out with the new girl, do you all of a sudden feel unworthy again? Because you haven't taken the proper time to realize what you deserve? Without doing the work on yourself, you'll always have to depend on other people for reassurance. The first thing I ask anyone who I'm getting to know is, other than human interaction, what makes you happy? You got to answer.
Being by myself makes me happy.
Being by myself makes me happy. Amen. Like, smoking by myself used to make me happy when I smoke. But, and like, less important than what your answer is having one. Like, I refuse to date anyone who doesn't have an answer or who says, I don't know if I'd be happy without other people. Because I don't need you to latch on to my happiness and try to drain it for yourself. I need you to already be happy. Every day is not sunshine and roses, but if your day that day is a 2 and my day is a 12, I got something for you. And let's meet in the middle at 6. I got you. But if you already starting off and need someone to generate your happiness, you're going to need me for some shit that you haven't done for yourself. And you're going to wind up lagging onto me in a way where you wind up sucking out all of my energy and my happiness. I'm not doing that. Wow. I interviewed Lucky Day once and I asked him what he looked for in a partner. And he said, I look for people who are already happy.
I look for people that's already happy because I'm already happy. I just know, like, I'll appreciate you more when I don't have to depend on you.
Yes.
For stuff that I should be doing myself. I can appreciate you for like the special stuff. Like to be somebody, my other happy half. So when I'm not happy, I got you. Instead of you joining me in my unhappiness because you're not happy already.
I made a list like 3 years ago of like what I'm looking for, and literally number 1 was happy.
Like if you happy and you go down, you're gonna be able to tell me like, I ain't feeling it today. I know I'm not myself. And then I'll be like, all right, bet I could meet you where you at.
I'm gonna send this to Lucky Day and maybe he'll DM me back this time. But anyway, another part of that is you're avoiding dealing with the pain of growing. They don't call them growing pains for no reason. I equate this to people who lose a pet and then they pop up with a new pet 3 weeks later. So most people know that I had 2 cats and they died in 2024 and 25. They were 16 and 17. And I had them since they were kittens. So that's 16 and 17 years of every day, like these are my babies. And I lost the last one last July, right after he turned 17. And so many people were like, so you're gonna get another one? The day he died, somebody DM'd me and was like, hey, I just had a bunch of kittens if you want one. And it got to the point where I started asking people, if your kid died and I asked you if you were just gonna make another one, you wanna knock the shit out of me, right? Okay, stop asking me that dumb ass shit. I didn't lose a shoe. But I know people who have lost pets. I know 2, actually. One, her cat was like 19, and the other one, her dog was 14, 15. Both of them had new pets within a month. And I realized that sometimes it's easier for people to delay this pain and avoid it and put it off by trying to replace it with something than it is to just go through it. Me, I'm a raw dog that pain every time. Let's go ahead and get this shit over with. I know what this is. I know this finna hurt. I know I'm finna be fucked up, but I'm gonna grieve and give myself the space and the time to do that. Because if I don't, I'm not gonna be okay for the next person, place, or thing I'm supposed to love. And not only that, but when you get another pet, you know it's gonna die, right? So then what? Are you double hurt? Because you never dealt with the first pain. When you avoid your pain, all you're doing is delaying your healing. So how long are you gonna sit this pain to the side and not deal with it so that you can be a better person on the other side? Like, my cat died last July. It's March 1st. I cried last week because I thought about him. But I'm not crying every day anymore. That's growth. That's healing. And I don't give a shit if I cry tomorrow. I'm going to probably cry when I edit this. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give myself the space that I need because I loved my little nigga. There's no such thing in my life for me being like, well, let me just get another one so I don't have to think about how much I miss him. Nah, nigga, anytime I need to think about how much I miss him, I'm going to think about it. That helps me heal for the next thing. It's also a lot easier to latch on to somebody who will give you what you lack than it is to turn inward, identify the issue, and then love yourself enough to heal from it. Like, for me, I had to tell myself, you are not that same girl that everyone thinks is ugly and boys don't like. Most importantly, you know you're beautiful. You know your worth. You know how smart you are, how funny, how compassionate, how empathetic, how creative. I manifested this whole podcast studio. I ain't paid for none of this equipment, and I ain't sucked one dick for it. I literally said to myself, somebody gonna believe in me enough to invest. This couch, these lights, this camera, this table, the wine glass, the mics, I ain't pay for none of this shit. The nigga said, send me a list of everything you need because I really believe that you dope and I feel like you can take off. That happened because I said, nah, somebody's gonna believe in me enough, watch, because I'm dope as fuck. Yes, you are. And then he mirrored it. There's no more moving like I'm surprised that like good looking men like me. Of course they do. I'm a good looking woman. I love myself enough to say, bro, you are beautiful. Like, we're not gonna be surprised that quality men want us. Of course they do. You're a quality woman. And so be patient because you worth the wait. I don't even like the police. We ain't chasing behind nobody. You got me fucked up. I poured so much into myself that the quality of man I attract changed. Like, not too long ago, I met this guy. When I say he checks off every single box, handsome, successful, wants to get married, wants to have a family, is ready to date with intention. And I hated it because I wasn't like sexually attracted to him. I think he's handsome, but I don't look at him and go, damn, oh, tonight, right now. I don't have it. And I hate it. And like, I was mad at myself, like, self, why don't you like this man? Like, oh my God, all the things. He's literally all the things. But I had to tell him, like, I think you so dope and I don't want to waste your time. I don't know why I don't like you like that because you are really dope, but my body won't submit. My spirit won't. But like, the significance of that is that old me would have just pretended. Because old me would have said, when the next time you gonna find somebody with their shit together who handsome and got money and want to date you? New me knows that the reason why I'm single for a significant amount of time in between relationships is because the nigga who is for me, he ain't no regular nigga. And so I'm okay with that. I'm not that girl who gonna kiss a bunch of frogs and hope one of them turn into a goddamn prince. I don't want to. Why would I kiss a frog? My lip gloss is expensive. In conclusion, we attract ourselves. And so if you don't believe that you're worthy of waiting on your person, if you always chasing behind the first person that texts you back and who call you, what does that say about the people who entertain you? Here's what I want you to do. Write down 3 things that you like about yourself. Like right now, today. Grab your phone and do it. And then tomorrow, Write down 3 more things that you like about yourself. And after a week, I want you to get more in depth with it. Go back to that first thing you wrote down and ask yourself, why do you like that about yourself? The same way that you made yourself believe that you're not worthy of the wait and you're not deserving of somebody who wants you like you want them, you can tell yourself the truth. You are an incredible human being and you deserve to be loved deeply. And the best way to attract that is to first give it to yourself. I hope you learned something today that can help you heal that bald-headed hate out your heart. And if you didn't, keep your negative ass away from me. Class is dismissed.